Hello, I'm Nick with Old Delhi Music, and these three harmoniums, and this guy up here, are all Bhava Minis. This is the standard edition, the limited edition, and the teak, and in this video we're going to do some comparison. For one quick comparison, this is the smaller version of this harmonium, which is the Bhava Classic. They're both collapsing Safari style harmoniums. So this is a 42 key range, and on the Mini, it is a 32 key range across all of the different versions. So I'm going to play a low C chord so you can hear the pine of the standard edition and then compare that to the cedar and the teak variations. All right, and then a little higher up, I'll play an E chord here. All right, and as you hear, I think sound kind of goes from great to very clear as you progress through these different woods. And then all three of these, when you look at them, features to note are they all three have a satin finish, which is different from typical traditional harmoniums would have a shellac or a lacquer, which is a kind of glossy finish, and it's not a very durable finish is a downside to that. So these are much more durable. I think they look great. If you look down here, you can see that on this version there's joint work that's kind of unique. These are called dovetail joint tails. And basically both pieces of wood have been cut so that it comes together like a puzzle, and it's interlocked. On this more typical kind of the standard edition and the limited edition, you're going to have a typical joint like this, which is just a straight joint where two boards come together, and then there's actually nails that you can kind of see underneath there where it's been nailed together along with glued. That is perfectly normal. This is actually the first time in history that any harmoniums have been made with dovetail joint work, and this is going to be your most solid case. Other cool features on here are there's a wooden air valve. The more wood you have, the more resonance. The bellows are a really nice kind of dark gray color that just blends really well. And the hardware on the concert edition is an antique brass. On the limited edition, you still have that nice wooden air valve, satin brass hardware, and it's finished on this one in a nice mahogany color. On the standard edition, you get the very typical metal air valve and chrome hardware pieces, chrome knobs. I really like the design of these knobs. Great thing about these Bhavas, and it's unique, and I have some pieces here just for illustration. These are traditional hardware pieces for a harmonium, and what's kind of cool, if you ever went to India, you would see that there's going to be some guy who's cutting these all out by hand. The problem with that is that each one of these is not the same shape exactly. Um, a nice feature on all of the Bhavas is that all the hardware components are both a nicer finish and a more modern kind of sheen, but they're also die cut and they're all standardized. So if one of these hinges was ever to break or have a problem, you could get a replacement hinge that is identical because they've been kind of modernized in that way. There's a lot of other cool stuff going on inside of these. They're really well thought out. Again, as you've heard, any three of these sound great. And I think that these are some of the best harmoniums that have ever existed. So if you have any questions about these or other instruments from Old Delhi Music, please reach out, and thanks for watching this video. Take care.